Happy holidays and welcome to the Pigott Properties Group December 2022 market update. As 2022 comes to an end, it's a great time to reflect on this past year in real estate. Now in 2022, I think it's going to be remembered as the year of change. We've seen many changes such as record low interest rates that have then risen to heights we haven't seen in more than a decade. We had a frantic market with lots of multiple offers that has transitioned to increased days on market and stagnant inventory. And most importantly, and headline catching, is record highs in property values that have now backslid with prices on the decline. Now this reminds us all that the property market ebbs and flows, and this is normal and nothing to be worried about. Now in past months, we've focused on values, sales prices, interest rates, and a lot of the market driven changes. But this month, I wanted to walk you through a lot of the legislative changes we've seen here in BC and a couple on the federal level that will change not only how real estate is transacted and sold, but also will likely impact our values going forward. In October 2022, the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver instituted a new form called the Revocable Direction regarding the presentation of offers. Now, this new form changes how you can set an offer date. For example, in an overheated market, it's typical for a seller and a listing agent to agree to look at offers on a future date that may be a week or 10 days out. We do this to try to generate multiple offers and have offers come in over asking. Now the new form makes it so you cannot change that date once it's set. Where this is important is anybody that's been a buyer in recent months has probably experienced a property where there's something called a bully offer. That's when an offer would come in before the set date and the seller would accept it and they would lose out and miss out. And that became very frustrating for buyers throughout the Lower Mainland. So just to review, the new form makes it so once you set an offer date, you cannot change it. The seller and the listing agent has to stick to their original plan. On November 25th, the provincial government made a change which eliminates all rental bylaws in stratas except for short-term bylaws. They've also abolished the age restrictions outside of 55 plus. This is going to make a big change to valuations on properties because age-restricted properties and rental-restricted properties have typically traded at a lower price point. So watch for those properties to increase in value in the coming months. On November 30th, another change was made, which is the Land Transparency Registry. Now this is done at the Land Titles Office, and what it is meant to do is to double check all properties and all consumers, both buyers and sellers, to see if they have an interest in a property that is not registered on title. Now what this is meant to do is just look for hidden interest, hidden ownership to help crack down on money laundering and terrorist activity. Now it doesn't really impact you as a consumer, as this is something that our industry has to do our due diligence on. But don't be surprised if we do come and ask you questions about a property that maybe you own even though you're not on title with a family member as part of a corporation or something along those lines. On January 1st, 2023, the 2-year foreign buyer ban comes into effect. Now, this is a change at the federal level and applies across Canada. Now, on the surface, this sounds like a massive change to real estate in our marketplace, but the reality is there are a number of exemptions in this policy. So for example, if you're a refugee, if you have permanent residency status, if you're in a common law relationship with somebody who does have status in Canada, those are types of things that you could still buy here. Now, the enforcement and some of the rules and regulations are still coming together, so I've got links in this email. If you'd like to see more about it, reach out to us or click the links below. On January 3rd, the home buyer rescission period comes into effect. Now, we've spent a lot of time in recent months talking about this new legislation and how it'll impact the process and the real estate market. So I won't go into detail here, but it is a 3-day rescission period and there is a penalty if a buyer decides to walk away. Reach out to me if you'd like to know more, and stay tuned because we'll talk more about this as the year progresses in 2023, because we'll see direct impact on not only how it changes our contracts, but also how it changes negotiations and the whole process of buying and selling. 2022 has been a year of change, but we will certainly see more change in 2023. Now, there's a couple others that I just wanted to mention to you, changes that is in our marketplace, to keep on your radar, and we'll update you as more details come out. One is the federal underused housing tax. Now, this is a federal vacancy tax that has been proposed to be 1%. You may have heard this in the news talked about in late 2021, and we're waiting for it to come into effect and to hear more details. So stay tuned there. The other one is a change to ban exclusive listings. So there are listings that are, some people call them pocket listings, where a realtor will list something and not put it on the MLS. And the thought behind this is if those go away, it makes it so it's a more level playing field and buyers can see all properties out there. There are some tricks with this one, so again, stay tuned. I'm sure we'll have more discussion in coming months. As the year comes to a close, I just want to say a big thank you to all my clients, friends, and family for your support in these past years. Now, from all of us at the Pigott Properties Group here at Royal LePage, Sussex, we wish you and yours all the best this holiday season and in the coming year in 2023.